Lesson 2-1, frequency tables, and in this lesson you'll learn to make and interpret frequency tables. Have you ever purchased something and the cashier asks you for a zip code? Zip codes are data that tell the store where its customers live. Data are pieces of information that are usually numerical. Statistics involves collecting, organizing, analyzing, and presenting data. In statistics, data are often organized in tables. Okay. One type of table that we're going to talk about in this lesson is what we call the frequency table. Definition of a frequency table. Okay. It shows how many times each piece of data occurs. The frequency table below shows the results of a survey. And the heading, favorite TV show, in this case it show A, B, C, D, E, and F. And the tally marks for each show. And counting the tally marks, okay, you have show A, there's 28 people who preferred show A, 26 people who preferred show B, and so on and so forth, all the way to show F, wherein 15 people preferred show F. We also need to understand that each tally mark represents a person who chose that particular TV show. Okay? So, there is a tally mark for each response in the corresponding row. The total of each row of marks is given in the last column, and that's what we have here. Okay? Let's take a look at this example and see how this works. Food. Marion's Diner surveyed its customers to determine the favorite lunch item: hamburger, HB, hot dog, HD, pizza, or sub. Make a frequency table of the responses shown at the right. So in this particular table right here, it shows you the responses, okay, of people who preferred hot dog for HB, hamburger for HB, HD for hot dog, sub for S, and pizza for P. Okay, and according to what we learned in the past, since this is a word problem, we will use our 4-step plan to be able to solve this problem. Okay, what do we know from this problem? We know that those are the responses of the people. Okay, you know how each person responded, and also we know that we know how many people responded to the survey. Okay, so what we want to do in planning this is we want to create a table with 3 columns and a tally of responses. Okay, and how do we do this? By simply doing this. Okay, in the first column, list each lunch item. In the second column, mark the tallies. And in the third column, write the frequency or number of tallies. Okay, so for the hamburger choice, hot dog choice, pizza, and sub are written under the lunch choice column. And the tally for hamburger would be 4. Okay, why? Because if you count the number of hamburgers, okay, hamburgers are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the reason why the tally mark is 4. Okay, and the frequency is 4. Same with hot dog. Okay, pizza is 10. Let's look at pizza right here. Why is it 10? Let's make a different color. Because if I cross out the number of people who preferred pizza, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the reason why this is 10 right here. Okay? So if this is our table, okay, we know that 10 people preferred pizza, okay, 4 people preferred hamburger, 4 people preferred hot dog, and 6 people preferred a sub. And to be able to check, okay, and examine how our answer looks like, if it's close to being reasonable or not, check to see if the total number of scores in the frequency table matches the number of responses in the original list. If it doesn't, you need to check your work and find and see where you uh, uh, probably skip a tally mark. And if you look at this, 4 plus 4 plus 10 is 18, plus 6 will give us 24. And if you notice, there are 24 pieces of data. More or less, our answer is correct. And that is how you create a frequency table from a table of values. Okay? Let's take a look at example number 2. But before that, you can use the information in the completed frequency table in many problem situations. So in this case, we have a completed frequency table. Before we look at the completed frequency table, let's take a look at example 2, and let's read it. Mr. Martinez's life science class is taking a field trip to the local zoo to do research for their class project. He decides to ask the students which behind-the-scenes tour they would like to take. They will take the tour receiving the most votes. Mr. Martinez made a frequency table below. Which tour should he schedule for the students? And if you take a look at the under the tour column, these are the animals that are in play in terms of the tours that they might be seeing: reptiles, large cats, pachyderms, and birds. Okay, the tally mark for each are also listed. There are 11 people who prefer reptiles. Okay, 8 people who prefer to go on the large cats tour, and 6 people who prefer to go on the birds tour. Pachyderms, only 3. By the way, pachyderms are elephants too. Okay, so that's how the frequency table looks like. And from the frequency table, Mr. Martinez can make his decision. Look for the tour that has the most tally marks. Mr. Martinez should schedule a tour about reptiles. Okay? And that's how you use the frequency table to be able to solve a particular problem, especially Mr. Martinez's problem in terms of what tour to take. And that's the end of this lesson on Google Forms. Type a summary of what you've learned by responding to the objective of the lesson, and type a question you might want to ask about this lesson. Thank you.